Good afternoon, good morning, good day for all of you rebels out there from Rebel Toolbox. We have Marcel,
Hello.
and my name is Daniela. Hello. Sorry, Marcel, would you like to start with a quick update on what happened since last time, or should I have a go at it first?
No, I can give an update. I mean, it's mostly around a lot of updates, really, that we've been making to Rebel Engine. We've had a lot of updates to be made because of the new operating systems that have become the new standard latest versions. So on GitHub, we run with the Mac OS 15 now and the new Windows as well. So a lot of the updates have been to make sure everything runs and works and compiles and works on the new operating systems. Um, it involved a bit more work than initially expected because we did do some testing on, for example, the Mac OS version, and everything seemed to be working fine. And then when the new version was released, there were some changes that we weren't expecting. So there were some updates. We've also done some improvements on how Rebel Engine starts up. So on the Linux platform, for example, it was automatically deciding which video card you use. Now, the reasoning behind deciding which video card is that the expectation was that people would want to use their big powerful graphics card for Rebel Engine, and to use that as a default. Now, I think anybody who's got a nice big powerful graphics card is going to know how to make sure that they're using the big powerful graphics card when they want to use it. That is set up by the user to configure it when they want to use a graphics card. If they don't want to use a graphics card, for example, if you're on a laptop that's not plugged in permanently and you're running on battery, you don't want to be using the graphics card, the big powerful graphics card, because it's a power hungry device. So you want to use the CPU based type thing. So it's a case of actually letting the user decide, not forcing the user to use the built-in graphics card every time running Rebel Engine. This is particularly the case because it would require you to disable the choice of the graphics card as opposed to enabling the graphics card when people choose to use it. So it was actually doing exactly the opposite of what a user expects. So that was the main improvement that we've done there. One of the other things was the fact that it has the actual code to find whether you're using a graphics card, which graphics card you're using, had a memory leak in it anyway. So by removing this code, we've reduced one of the memory leaks. That being said as well, there are known memory leaks in the Rebel engine. These have been known for a long time. They've been inherited from when we took on the code. And these memory leaks are now being detected by the new compilers. So on the new operating systems, when you run it on the new operating systems, they use the new versions of the compilers. And these versions of the compilers, at least the sanitizer checks to check whether there are memory leaks, are now picking up these memory leaks and giving us more information about where those memory leaks are. Previously, we were ignoring them because if there was a memory leak which didn't have enough information, we could just ignore it because we'd say it's too difficult to find. Now we're getting more information. They're still too difficult to find. So for now, we've temporarily turned off the checking for the memory leaks, and we'll need to do that on a separate basis. But at least the checks for now, when you submit new code, won't be checking for memory leaks. We do report on it, so you will be able to see whether there's memory leaks, but the checks themselves won't fail if a memory leak is found or if a new memory leak is found. So that's the core of it. And aside from that, we've been updating a lot of the third-party libraries, which again was necessary because of the updates to the new versions of, for example, Mac OS. A lot of the libraries needed to be updated so they could run on the new versions. So we've done that as well. So the third-party libraries have been updated. So a lot of work in the background to get Rebel up to date with the latest versions of the operating systems, latest versions of the compilers. But it's now a better engine for it. So I'm very pleased with the progress we've made this month.
Very good. Yes, progress was good this month. One of the pieces of progress from my side is also behind the scenes and a lot more boring, I guess. And that is simply setting us up for the next corporation year again to make sure our
Mhm.
little rebel organization keeps running. To be completely open and honest, with the funding at the moment is we are funding it ourselves. So any donations are welcome. Currently, our yearly running budget is in the region of about 500 UK pounds, which currently is also roughly 500 US dollars, more or less. So if you would like to donate to us and would like to see more work, or alternatively, if you would like to see your logo on our website as a main sponsor, feel free to get in touch, and we can start talking about how our collaboration is going to look like. So we welcome donations, we welcome input from people, we welcome requests on which features we should prioritize first, second, third. So any questions and donations, get in touch, and it will make life so much easier to push forward with Rebel Toolbox, the main part being the Rebel engine, but also other additions like the editor, the SDK, which exists now, um, and everything else that you may want and need from a game engine.
Yeah. And speaking about the SDK, I mean, been doing quite a bit of work on the SDK, and that is basically to make it as easy as possible for anybody wanting to make add-ons to the Rebel engine. So not just add-ons for their own game, which you can do yourself, but making them public. So we have the Rebel Marketplace, which is needs to be finished. The setup needs to be finished there. But if people want to create add-ons that they can then publish and sell in Rebel Marketplace, those add-ons, we want to make it as easy as possible for people to create plugins and add-ons and things like that, and third-party libraries, so that you can extend Rebel Engine as much as you want to, from whatever you want to do, but also to be able to sell them if you want to sell those add-ons, or make them open source and free and open source, which is also an option. But at least then it's easy for people who want to develop add-ons and things like that to be able to do that. At the moment, it's really difficult because you need to basically create the SDK yourself before you can create add-ons going forward. So want to make this as simple as possible. Simply download the SDK, use a class or two to be able to extend your plugin to Dribble in. So that is where I've been focusing, or will be focusing my attention in the next month going forward.
Good, very good. If you want to be part of the next month, as I mentioned, get in touch. Info@rebeltoolbox.com. It's very easy.
Mhm.
Um, you don't need to know how to create an SDK or even how to use it. If you have any ambitions in the game industry, or you're an artist in the game industry, or any kind of artist whatsoever, whether it's audio, video, or anything like that, to
Yeah,
get in touch. We need all sorts of skills, we need all sorts of creativity and thinking to be part of our little community here. And as I mentioned earlier, if you just want to foster little projects like ours, you're always welcome to donate to us, either directly to us, or you can become a Patreon on our website and get those videos and recaps of what we talk about a little bit earlier than everyone else.
yeah.
That is for me this time round.
Yes, no, I think there's been a lot of work on the updates and things like that. It's less exciting because you don't visibly see it, but we should have more exciting updates next month.
Yes, let's work towards that. Good. Thanks a lot, Marcel. Thanks a
No
lot
problem.
to everyone out there for watching and listening. And see you next time, the second Tuesday of October, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, UTC, Universal Time Zone. So please check for your local time zone or just follow our Mastodon channel, and I will usually put the quick update out so you know when it will start.
Sounds good.
Good. See you then. Bye bye.
Bye.